magnificent, magical Monday. All right, it's me coming on live to share with you a little bit of life, right? We're all living it, and I just want to let you know that whatever you're going through, you're not alone. And if you're struggling with a challenge, I hope that some of the things that I share help you make that challenge a little easier. So grab your beverage, grab a seat, and join me for a few minutes. Today I have You Are Worth It. Do you see how it makes a smiley face? I know that Mondays can be difficult for some people, right? They're not loving Mondays. It's kind of meh, you know. Today it's overcast. It's a little windy. It's not as warm as you would like probably. And it kind of, for me, wears on my mood. So if you're there, I got you. Yeah, I so totally got you. Because it's amazing how much the weather impacts my mood, my state of mind, my energy level. And it didn't used to be this way, but it is so this way now. And that's one of the reasons why John and I go down to Florida in the wintertime, because it has impacted both of us. And yeah, never say never. Never say never, because I said I would never be a snowbird, and look at me, 4 years going. So it can. So I'm hoping that I can shed some sunshine and light into your life as we chat. You know, lately, okay, so if you haven't seen me in a hot minute, I come on live Monday through Friday. And if you haven't seen a couple of them recently, we're going to say semi-retired. I'm still public speaking. So if you have an event that you need a public speaker who talks all around mindset, all about life transitions, hit me up. But I'm pretty much retired. And I have a question for you. And I understand on the weekends, you know, if you are, let's say, dressing up, right? Because I remember when I would go into the office, although the office wasn't very dressy when I was in the mortgage business. One of the many different things that I have done. If you dress up for work in a suit or a nice dress or a nice outfit, I can understand wanting to be in leisure wear or really comfy clothes and things like that. Although I find that if I'm really good, I can find comfy outfits to even wear to work. Now, when I first started working, good golly, years ago, and I was dressed all professional in a nice dress or something, I really was comfortable in the clothes that I was wearing. And even at night, I wouldn't come home and literally jump out of my clothes and put on my pajamas or my sweats or something. I would stay in my clothes because I really enjoyed them and I felt good in them. As I've gotten older, there are times where I may be wearing clothing that I just want to take off the undergarments and be in a big baggy sweatshirt and sweatpants. So I understand that side of it too now. But interesting enough, when I retired the first time, and when I stayed at home to raise children, there's a tendency to not want to get dressed for me. Why? Like when I was staying home with babies, why get dressed? First of all, no one's seeing me. Absolutely no one but infants. Number two, I'm not going anywhere. And this is comfortable. And number three, with infants, they're barfing all over you. You know, they're spitting up. It's not the cleanest of times, and I would have to change if I were to do that, and I didn't want to ruin my clothing. So in the beginning, both when I stayed at home to raise children and when I retired for the first time, there was a tendency to wear leisure wear. back then there was no leisure wear, but sweatpants and comfy clothes. And when my children got a little older, like a couple of months where they're not barfing all the time on you, I made a conscious decision to wear what I call real clothes, right? Not that sweatpants and stuff and leisure wear are not real clothes, but in an outfit, right? Even if it's a pair of jeans and a nice shirt, I made an effort to do that. I wore skirts with tights in the winter time, with a nice sweater. And yeah, I would particularly do that when I was going to the grocery store or leaving the house. But I attempted to put on some real clothes more days than I didn't. And it makes me feel different. Do you feel different depending on what clothes you wear? Because I will tell you, I feel different. I walk different. I hold myself differently when I am in different clothing. When I am in like sweatpants, I'm just like hanging out, laying on the sofa, right? But when I'm in a nice dress, I hold myself differently. Right now, I'm kind of in between. So I've got this really nice vest on. And then let's see if you can see this. Hold on. Can you see? I've got like elastic waistband, like linen casual pants on. And so I'm comfortable, super duper comfortable, but it's here. Now you can see. See, I've got the pants and I've actually got white tennies. I'm not even wearing like fancy shoes. I'm not wearing sandals. I'm not wearing high heels. I'm wearing white tennis shoes. So it's kind of a mix, but I got up, I showered, I put on jewelry. Now I did do little earrings, but I didn't put a whole lot of jewelry on when my kids were little. Cause if you have little kids, you know that all they do is grab for jewelry. So I would wear little studs, and not things that they would grab onto until they were older. And so I'm wondering, if you are retired or you're currently staying at home, whether that's raising children or taking care of loved ones, do you get dressed in real clothes? Do you? Do you feel differently when you do? And there's no judgment. There's absolutely no judgment. Nowadays, people can walk around, and I actually think that some of the outfits in the leisure wear are super cute. My sister wore these like leggings and a long like sweatshirt, and it was super. The sweatshirt wasn't like a champion sweatshirt. It was dressed, it had something on it. It was a little bit more detailed, I guess. A little bit, I don't want to say upper level because that's not the word either. Had a little bit more going on than just a solid champion sweatshirt with a pocket in the front, right? Or no pocket or a hoodie. It was a little bit more than that. And it looked super cute, super duper cute. And she wore cute little earrings and a necklace and, made it an actual outfit. So nowadays they've created a lot of comfortable leisure wear that looks put together. That's the word I'm looking for. Just looks put together. And I'm just curious, if you didn't have to go to work. I know back in COVID days, remember those? Many people would get dressed just from the waist up and then leave their pajamas on the bottom. Did that. Yeah, so did that. So you're not alone if you're doing that, and there's no judgment. But I'm just curious if you feel different when you're wearing different clothing, because I find I do. And it helps my mental psyche if I don't wear leisure wear too many days in a row. Now, yesterday, what did I wear yesterday? I wore a pair of shorts and a oversized t-shirt with no undergarments. And I took Duncan for a walk, and then I sat on the sofa and I crocheted. and I crocheted, and I really enjoyed. I had a down day. I needed a down day, and so I took it, and I crocheted a beautiful hair. I'll show it to you. Hang on, I'll take you. Hold on. All right. So I don't have any lights on in here. Okay. So this is what I crocheted. I'm almost done. Almost done. And the nice thing is I was able to use a lot of my leftover yarn. Let's see. Hang on. Okay. Ready? Let's see if I can turn this around. So I'm crocheting this scarf. It's, I didn't realize until after I had started, someone said, this is actually JMU colors. Are these the colors of a school that your child or you attend? I'm going to put tassels on the bottom, and I need to finish off all the loose yarn. But I finished it last night. I think it turned out really cool. I love the stitch. The stitch was, I love the texture of the stitch. And, yeah, I really, really like the way that it turned out. What do you think? That's what I finished. Oh, I got someone at my door. This is what happens when I go live. So, bear with me. I've got people at the door, and I'm not gonna leave you. Come on in. Come on in. I'm on the phone, but come on in. And I've got some wonderful people here that are gonna help me out by cleaning my house. Yes, today is. The cleaners are coming. Do you run around and clean your house before your cleaners come? Do you? I do. I wouldn't say that I clean my house. Hang on, I'm getting you back in the holder. Okay. I wouldn't say that I clean my house, but I definitely pick up, right? I put things away. They can't clean the counters if there's garbage all over them. No. And they can't clean the floors if I have dog toys and stuff all over them. So I pick up, in order for them to be able to clean it and make it a little bit easier. Now, it gives me incentive to go through the mail and clear off the counters. Because if you're anything like me, whenever I come in, everything gets dropped on my counter, yeah? Yeah, I have my wallet, I've got sunglasses, sometimes I take out my crochet and I do it at the island, so there'll be yarn all over the place. And so it gives me incentive to clean up. Because if it's just me, it doesn't bother me, right? Right? Now, when John gets home, he doesn't love it if it's cluttered, if there's stuff everywhere. Do you like it when things are out? John likes it when everything is put away. He will even we have a butter. Ooh, do you keep your butter out? I learned decades ago that you can actually leave your butter out of the refrigerator and it's fine. It's fine. They've been doing it for decades. I've been doing it for decades. It leaves it so it's soft so you can spread it and it doesn't go bad. I don't know how, I don't know why, but we have a butter dish out and he'll actually put the butter dish up into the cabinet when the cleaners come. Little things like that. Do you like everything picked up or do you like things that you use all the time laying out? Let me know in a comment below. Yeah, I'm somebody who's halfway in between. Even though I use olive oil and spices quite frequently, they're still in a cabinet, near the stove. So yeah, I pick up before the cleaners come, and I am grateful. What are you grateful for today? I am grateful that I have found people that are willing to help me keep my house clean because it's not something that I love to do. My one day I'll never forget. John came home and he was, in a mood, and he was like, "This floor." When we had the children, when the kids were at home, and I had 2 dogs, and I was working, and he's like, "This floor is dirty. You can't eat off it." I was like, "Well, I would never eat off my floor. That's why we have plates." Right, right. Now, I do know some of you keep a meticulous house. My sister-in-law keeps I could, even though she had dogs, I could always eat off of her floor. Like when you drop something, if you've got dogs and you drop a piece of food, do you pick it up and eat it? I don't. I don't do that. Well, that's not true. It depends on what it is. It depends on what it is. Because the minute it hits the floor, it's got dog fur all over it. Sometimes I take it and I rinse it off to get the dog fur off, and then I eat it. But yeah, he goes, that's gross. And I was like, it's not gross, it's life. That's why we have plates, right? That's why we have forks and plates. I don't plan to eat off my floor. But when they leave, I can do that, only for a couple of hours probably, until Duncan comes and lays down somewhere. And so I'm grateful today. I am grateful that I have found somebody that is willing to help me to keep my house clean, and that I have the funds to pay them. Luckily, I don't need them every week because it's basically just me and John, right? Some of the time, and our dog. So we don't need them every week, but it is nice for them to come occasionally to, make the house a little bit cleaner. You know what? I decided a long time ago, when I could finally afford. Here's something. This made me think. When I got my first job, I swore I would only buy Charmin toilet paper and Bounty towels because I could actually afford it, because I had a paycheck. Can you relate? And now, decades later, I still buy Charmin and Bounty. And yes, there's others. If you have a favorite, there's no judgment against what toilet paper or paper towels you use. But the point is that I had the money to put forth for that. And when I got money coming in enough that I could spend it on having someone help me with cleaning the house, I am grateful. Because let's face it, I don't want to do bathrooms. I don't want to do floors. And, I can do counters. Yeah, I can do counters. And I'll vacuum, but I'm not mopping and scrubbing floors. No, thank you. I'm not doing tubs and toilets. Yeah, I'm super duper grateful that I can have somebody help me do that. What are you grateful for today? Let me know in a comment below. What are you grateful for? I start my days every day with gratitudes. But a gratitude practice isn't just saying what we're grateful for. You have to actually feel the gratitude. And the way I feel gratitude is by envisioning not having that thing, that person, that help, that whatever, right? Not having my health, not having a loved one, not having the cleaners and having to be on my hands and knees scrubbing out toilets and bathtubs. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can feel the weight of having to do, in this case, cleaning of the bathrooms and floors. And then I realize, thank God I don't need to do that. And there is a flood of emotion. That is gratitude. So whether you're grateful for a loved one, think about if that loved one wasn't in your life. Not necessarily that they passed, but maybe they're just not there. Or maybe you're grateful for the house that you live in. What happens if you were out on the street? And what if you're grateful for your car? What happens if you didn't have it? and you had to take public transport or figure another way. And so being grateful is awesome, but remember to feel the gratitude, and it will elevate your gratitude practice to a whole nother level. Starting our day with gratitude sets us up to look for more things to be grateful for, and not for more things to piss us off, aggravate us, disappoint us. Because you know what? We find those real easily, no? Yeah, I find those real easily. If I wake up in the most foul mood, everything I see irritates me, pisses me off, makes me disappointed. Yeah, everything. I find things to, piss me off and irritate me easily. But when I wake up and set an intention with gratitude, I look for more things to be grateful for so that I can share my gratitude and express my gratitude for those things the following day. And so it sets my brain up, my reticular activating system up, to go searching for more things to be grateful for. And that makes my day so much more pleasant than looking for things to piss me off, because those are always going to be there too. I hope that this little bit of wisdom, this little nugget of knowledge has really helped you. I really do. I really hope that this has set you up for a wonderful week, full of gratitude, full of things that light you up, full of things that make you happy and bring you joy, and not the things that piss you off. And start it by stating and feeling what you're grateful for. I'm grateful for you, my friend, for joining me, and I hope you have the most magnificent Monday ever. See ya.